I love the amazing digital circus as much as the next guy. From the bright flashing colors to all the great humor to all the likable characters. Out of all of them, Kane is my favorite, but then there are some characters that leave me thinking, like Bubble. And as I watch the show, I become more and more suspicious of Bubble. Could he be evil? Could he be lying behind our backs this entire time? I guess I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you, Gooseworks. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show for parasites of all ages. Now, you're probably wondering why I did MatPat's intro. Well, the sole reason was to pay an homage to MatPat, but also to talk about the amazing digital circus. Now, for those of you who know about this series, then you probably know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know, why are you still on this video? Get off this channel, go watch the pilot, then come back here, and then I'll explain. For those of you who want to be spoiled, however, let me fill you in. The Amazing Digital Circus is about a woman who gets trapped in a VR headset game with a bunch of other humans. There's Jax, the lovable jackass. There's Ragatha, everyone's favorite raggedy optimist. There's Zubul, who in my opinion is the most relatable character. There's Gangle, the only character with bipolar disorder. And then there's Kinger, a slightly insane, schizophrenic, you know what I'm saying, schizophrenic insect. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And then there's Kinger. A schizophrenic weirdo who's slightly insane and has an interest in insect collections. And the new member would eventually be given the name Pomni. And this whole world is run by a wacky AI named Kane, who in my opinion is the best character in the show. He's so mysterious and funny at the same time. And his assistant is a bubble, named Bubble, who we're going to talk about later in the video. Kane gives the characters wacky adventures to go on, that way they'll keep their sanity. Because if they don't, then they'll end up like poor Kaufmo, who got abstracted and sent to the cellar. I'm solely making this theory because I believe Bubble might actually be the main villain of the show. But to prove that, we're going to have to talk about his traits, his behavior, and his overall screen time. So get ready and strap yourselves in, my little superstars, because I'm going to give you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending theory you have ever laid your ears upon. Well, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the theory. Gooseworks, you're not slick. I'm on to you. First, let's talk about his character traits. Bubble's been known to be weird and optimistic, and Bubble is basically an annoying sidekick character. I mean, he's not annoying. He's really funny. He's weird. He's kind of disgusting because when Pomni vomits on the floor, he licks it to clean it up. And he seems to take great pleasure in this. And half the time, he's usually annoying Kane. And sometimes that would get him popped. And Kane even called him a parasite one of the times. You parasites! To put it bluntly, nobody really likes Bubble. Well, I wouldn't say nobody likes Bubble. I mean, Kane seems to respect Bubble, but apparently he's that annoying that he's the least popular around the circus. But then again, Bubble is also an AI like Kane's. So, I'm guessing Bubble is the Kane to Kane's circus members. You know what? I'm gonna go look at the wiki for a second. I know that's a lazy attempt, but I'm not sure what to describe Bubble other than words off of the wiki, so I'm sorry, but bear with me, alright? Oh, and I just wanted to point this out. Bubble is voiced by the creator of the show, Gooseworks, so yeah. Alright, let's see. Okay, everyone. Okay, I've been on this wiki for less than a minute, and I just found one of Bubble's occupations that's so shocking you won't believe it, but I won't save it until near the end of the video. Okay. Bubble is an oddball that doesn't appear to be the sharpest tool in the shed. Acting obnoxious at times, he finds himself popped by Kane regularly. He has also shown himself to be kind and loving, stating that he cooked the food for the human circus members, which was, quote, made with all the love he's legally allowed to give. Okay, so, in short, Bubble is the weirdo of the group, but is also caring, like, most of the characters. Okay, well, that describes Bubble. Alright, now, let's talk about Bubble's behavior. Now, Bubble seems to be just as, if not more mischievous than Kane, because he always has this cheese side. And see, when Pomni, as we established, when Pomni vomits on the floor, Bubble licks it up to clean it up. And look, okay, now look at Bubble's facial expressions as he licks the floor clean. See, look at this. He's actually enjoying this. Disgusting fuck. And he also annoys Kane sometimes. And because of this, he finds himself popped regularly. Once, when Kane was explaining the adventure called Gather the Gloinks, and the little bastard wouldn't stop interrupting Kane, and the other time earlier in the episode where Bubble ate the angel fruitcake. And as doing such, as we established, Kane called Bubble a parasite before popping it. Before popping Bubble, Kane called him a parasite. You parasite! And this begs the question, does Kane really like Bubble? Or does he just see him as a nuisance and nothing more? Not to mention, Bubble shows no emotions other than happiness. See, look at this. He feels nothing. And as for his behavior is overall mischievous and such. There's not much to cover. Okay, he's the character. Okay. You know what? I think we're almost at the end of the video now, so let me just tell you what I found in one of Bubble's occupations. See, I was going to find Bubble's description, and then I came across one of his occupations and found him to be a presumed villain. So this could almost confirm that Bubble might be a villain, the main villain in the show. And Gooseworks also made a PNG of Bubble with realistic teeth, so this might be... Okay, remember this. Okay, so now we know that Bubble might be the main villain of the show. But how would this be? How would this come to be? Well, as we can see, Bubble has very little screen time. Let's count all the appearances Bubble's in. He appears once in the intro when he pops out of Kane's hat. He somehow multiplies, or maybe that's just different Bubbles. He appears again at the end of the intro, and then he appears in this frame right here. Then, after Kane shows Pomni around the circus, Bubble comes out of Kane's hat again and starts licking Pomni's digital vomit. Then after that, Bubble eats Kane's angel fruitcake he was offering to Pomni, as Kane calls him a parasite before popping him. Then he appears again when Kane was explaining the Gloink adventure and he just kept interrupting, annoying little shit. He appears again when he and Kane are out to dinner for some odd reason. Then, towards the end of the episode, we see Bubble, Chef Bubble, making dinner for all the circus members, made with all the love he's legally allowed to give. So, in terms of scenes, we're going to count the intro as a scene. This is a total of 6 times. Bubble appears in 6 scenes in the entire show. Come on, even Zobel had more screen time than that. And maybe this is the opportunity where Gooseworks slowly reveals more of Bubble's character. Maybe he's had enough. Maybe later in the show, he's shown to have enough of Kane's bullshit and becomes, tries to take over the circus so he can get revenge on Cain and treat him like the second banana. No more will he be second banana to Cain, unless they could find a way to stop him. Because, again, according to Goose... and I'm not... And if you're asking if they can simply pop him, the answer is no, because every time he pops, he returns in the next scene. And also, according to Gooseworks, if they just pop him, then they'll be giving him possible sexual pleasure. I do not see them wanting to give Bubble the enjoyment he does not deserve. So I don't know what to tell you. Maybe... Okay. And maybe that's where he'll turn into this. And maybe this could be the end of Cain. No more will Bubble be popped on numerous occasions. No more will he be treated like a nuisance. No longer will he play in the shadows. No longer will he be the second banana. Because between the odd personality, the weird quirks, his strange behavior, and his overall occupations as a presumed villain, it could be possible he could cut Cain out of the job. And possibly a lot more than that. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut.